took a moment from a memory past. Float around knows that it's coming fast. Golden light broke my heart, it's true. Nothing left for me to do, and nothing is coming back. Geared my band with Earlier Than I Care to Be Awake, and so alright, so how's everybody doing out there in television land, YouTube land, whatever you are, wherever you happen to find yourself tonight? Just wanted to talk about conversations, because one of the biggest problems that we have is that nobody knows anybody. We have very fake relationships with people. It's pretty sad because, I mean, damn it, of course I had to set this up later, didn't I? There we go. We could have deep, meaningful relationships with people, but we choose to basically, how's the weather? Everyone, you know, because we can't deal with the fact that honestly, no one cares. That's the honest truth, is that no one gives a shit, and that's it's sad. It really is. It's really sad. But I mean, I guess that's everybody, right? Everybody, no one gives a shit about what they give a shit about. It's only right, I guess. Check something real quick. Hang on, sorry. Okay, that's what I thought. Good. All right. So you have conversations with people to get to know them, and our conversations are getting less and less personal, more and more superficial, shorter and shorter, because our lives are so important that we have other things to do, right? It's just constantly going, isn't it? Isn't it? It's just constantly going. And then there's all these things that are these requirements of you in this world in order to be a normal person. Go to prom, go to fucking homecoming, root for your team and hope the other team dies, basically. Oh, they want you fervent and angry and tribal by the time you leave high school. You ever notice that the jocks and everything, they don't hang out together and whatever, but come the fucking football game? Well, doesn't everybody just fucking unite in this Hands Across America fucking shit? For just one night, we unite in our hate of them. That's the shit they're teaching us in school. That's what they mean when they talk about those old-fashioned traditional values. Teaching to hate the right people at the appropriate time for the appropriate reasons. Like what? We're Northwood, they're Southwood. Let the fight begin. And there are people that carry that long, long after. To the point where, like, the football games and stuff, we won last night, and you'll see guys bragging in other guys' faces, like, like they were anything on the, you know what I mean? Like your name is on a jersey anywhere. Man, I'm taking so much pride in you correctly chose the winner of a football game. You ought to be really proud. You had a 50-50 chance. It could have gone either way. You should be really proud. Take a coin toss when you call heads. Should be really proud when it lands on heads. And the other person should be very, very, very ashamed when it lands on tails, because they obviously did something wrong. They obviously weren't the better team. Obviously weren't the better person. Because fate chose the other person. You're apparently garbage. You didn't know that? I'll flip you for it and find out if I'm right or you're right. Want to bet? Because conversations now aren't about exchanging information. They're about being right, aren't they? Whether or not CNN's right, whether or not Fox News is right, who's right? Who's telling the truth? In a den of liars. No, MSNBC is not going to tell you the whole truth. They're beholden to their people that pay money, the commercials, and all that shit, the whatever. They're also beholden to the stockholders. If someone with the right amount of power and influence calls in and says, "Hey, kill that story." Oh, but this is this is going to blow things right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you don't want that blown? I don't want it blown open. No, I mean I might know someone that would be bad for, so I just kill the story. Okay, well then we pull all our funding, and with the mega corporations that we have now, that means like basically you're pulling everything. You know what I mean? It's not like they did. I mean, everybody's like multi-conglomerated now. Look at the Koch brothers. If you try to boycott Koch brother products, dude, their dirty hands are so in every fucking thing. You'd have to like boycott paper, because the chances of them getting money off of that are very high. You have to boycott toilet paper. I don't remember if they're involved in Nestle. They're involved in one to two of them. There's Nestle, and then there's the other one. I don't know. But yeah, Nestle had the head of that had the audacity as they're buying up the Great Lakes. He's buying up, the lake, the water in the Great Lakes. They're buying up they're buying up the water in the Great Lakes. That's a smart idea. It's just sickening, but the fucking CEO or the head of whatever Nestle said that water is not a human right. Something that falls from the sky for free, we don't have a right to. Then why am I soaking in it? You know what I mean? Oh, no, that's what we're going to build you a house and give you a debt to pay. I'll just go live in the cave over there. Oh, savage. Savage. Oh, lazy. You don't want to. I don't want to work for you. You understand? Do you understand the difference? It's not that I don't want to work for my meal and catch my meal. I want to do work that is directly related to me eating. Like, I don't want to stock a fucking shelf to get a paycheck to pay that guy and then that guy and then Uncle Sam, and then once I pay you guys all off, then I get what's left of that, and then I got to pay taxes on what I spend, plus taxes on what I earned. You ever seen a pig on a spit roast? Or a 2 guy, 1 girl? Basically the same thing. Hey man, not to yuck your yum. I wouldn't do it myself, but that's just, go for it. If you're into being like, whatever. I'm not here to do that. I'm just pointing out the actual facts. Actual factuals. But conversations have become more about being right than being informative. People don't want, I could go on 13 minutes. They want by now for me to basically be wrapping things up and being done with my point. All the silence cut out and supercuts and jump because nobody has any time. Why? You have another fucking video to watch, right? Right? There's other videos to watch. You don't have any time to watch. Sit down and watch one. And there's 40 others to watch. Each one giving you just a little bit of entertainment, enough to fucking jump to the next one. The human attention span is about 10 minutes now. Quibi did not fucking make that shit for no reason. They just were wrong about... Had Quibi done original or done like a Vine type YouTube type thing, YouTube Vine type thing, and a max of 10 minutes, because Vine was 6 seconds. That was too short. For a GIF, yeah, that'd be great for like making GIFs and stuff, and for a quick little sentence, 2 bros chilling in hot tub, 6 feet apart because they're not gay. You gotta admit, that's fucking funny. That one with it's getting hot in here. Some of those were very, very fucking funny. But again, this would host those. This would be able to host those. If it's under like a minute, it'll do like a replay, so you can whatever. But over a minute, it doesn't do a replay. But it maxes out at 10 minutes. Then you max out like I can't go on for like 15 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. But if they had done that and it'd been original programming, they'd gotten entertaining people to do stuff, comedians to broadcast, promo their shows and stuff with a couple of jokes and stuff. Little pieces. It would have succeeded like huge. It would have done really well because the human attention span's about 10 minutes max. After that, they don't have anything for you. They don't have anything for you. It's really, really sad. So you can't have a conversation because how are you fucking supposed to exchange in 10 minutes? It's like 5 minutes each if you ration it right. But if you don't, then someone dominates the conversation because you're only going to give them fucking 10 minutes of your time. Whether you're talking the whole time or whether or not it's a 50, you're only going to be, and then you're going to walk away with your assumption about who they are from their first impression. Man, that person talks way too much, right? Just dominating the whole conversation. It was 10 minutes. I know, but the words just would not just stop. It just wouldn't stop. 10 minutes, dude. Drank a cup of coffee and you were gone. If you waited like another minute, like right, like when I finish, like since there's no one here, I just keep going because I can carry a conversation as long as I need to fucking carry it. But I mean, seriously, like I said, the longest I've ever talked to anybody was like 19 fucking hours. The only reason it was that short is because I didn't know it was 19 hours. I thought it'd been, like I said, if I would have known, I'd be like, fuck, dude. You got anything to do for the next 5 hours? No, let's go ahead and make it a full day. Why not? Why not? I've never done that. I've never talked to somebody for a full fucking day straight and not been bored. So, I mean, if you're good for it, I'm good for another 5 hours. If you want cash out, that's cool. But I think it'd just be funny to be like, the longest I've ever talked to someone is one whole fucking day. 24 fucking hours. Don't tell me I don't have attention span. Don't tell me I don't pay attention, because you can't have a good conversation with someone no one's going to want to stick around and talk to you for 24 fucking hours if you can't carry a conversation. This is very one-sided because I can't. Hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, and then play on those things too, but I have to play on my own shit. I have to play with my own shit. That popped something. But I think that's why marriages and stuff fall apart, because you're not learning that person at all. In that 10 minutes, you've decided who that person is and whether or not you can put up with that for the rest of your life. Because isn't it easier just to cast someone than to learn who they are? Right? It just is. It's just easier just to cast them. You know what I mean? Like you got the look and whatever, and then so therefore, I mean, just no, you wouldn't do that. So therefore, that's no, that you didn't do that, and therefore, blah blah blah, and you just scan over everything, and that's how you get conversations like, I know you, I know what you're like, and then they say shit that's just like, dude, there's no fucking way I would ever. What the fuck? Who are you talking about? So you don't know me at all. No, I mean, if you think I would do that, then you don't know me at all. Which is like, what the fuck have you been? Who the fuck? What? I don't. Yeah. And it's so fucked up because we could just talk to each other and get to know each other, and then people can they don't have to make up who you are. But we have a certain amount of attention. We have a certain amount of empathy, I guess, is the best word for that. There's a certain amount of arm itches, so dry skin. When it gets cold, I get really, really dry, and I'm allergic to a lot of the lotions for some reason. All of a sudden, pretty much everything just breaks me out. If I got any fragrance at all, even hypoallergenic stuff breaks me out nowadays. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's clogging pores or what, but my legs are fucked up from yeah. That's good. I mean, they're getting better, but yeah. Oh yeah, they're looking good now. But yeah, it gets like really bumpy, and then you start scratching on them because they itch really bad because of dry skin, and looks really, really rough for a couple days. Oh yeah, looking good. So I mean, there's a lot of things to blame for our attention span getting shorter, and the technology is definitely to blame. The faster that we have for delivery of entertainment and all the other stuff, the less patience we have for waiting. Like, I remember when you used to have to use a dial-up modem, and you had to sit through that, and you know, all that shit, and then it would, you know, dial up and log in, and then you're online, but you're still not fast. It's still slow as shit. But, and like, I mean, you used to think, oh, it's fucking forever. Then they started doing the megabit service. And they started, you know, you start using that, and it's like so fast. Like, holy shit, this is so fast compared. And then after a while, you're like, Jesus Christ, it's going slow. So they upgrade your speed. Like, they just recently upgraded us here recently, I think, to 400 meg. That's ridiculous. Who's? It's enough bandwidth that you could run your entire house. I mean, I get that because everything is smart now. Everything's got, you know, so you're gonna have to use a bunch of bandwidth to get everything connected to the internet. I get that. And somebody might be streaming, uploading, or whatever, and, you know, but holy crap, dude. Holy crap. And that's what's even crazier is that, like, that 400, that's their base. They're starting. That's where they start at. I think they have gigabit service. I halfway would like to switch over to, like, gigabit service and then get, like, that back here so I can do all my uploads and stuff and do the streaming and everything like that, get much better quality. I could be able to do JamKazam, and then my router, I mean, my system out there, it would be that would be the wireless one rather than this one being the wireless, because all my musical shit's back here. I'd have to move the modem, and I don't think it has the wiring back here to hook it up, because they do shit weird now, very weird. Back in the day, you could just move your equipment around your house. Now it's got to be authenticated and yada, yada, yada. It's a constant game of cat and mouse, in case anyone hasn't noticed yet. And if you're playing by the rules, you will always be behind. You just always will, because the people that are not playing by the rules are thinking of new ways to break the rules without getting caught. So you can't anticipate what they're going to do. You can, based on what their past behavior is, you can try to. But that's no real indicator what they're gonna do next. I mean, because someone else, these guys, girls, whoever, these criminals are, I won't say ingenious, but I guess they're ingenuitive. But they're not, I mean, it's like, I always talked about that when I was working in computers, like the people that were making my life miserable by hacking people's computers and then causing problems like virus, you know, antivirus malware. I'm like, if you can do that, invent a program that's fucking actually worth something rather than just stealing. You've got a skill. You've got an incredible skill that could be used for something legal that would make a lot of money. What are you doing? Malware, like nickel and dime, and even if you're trying to, whatever, what? So, yeah, because we have like Siri and smartphones and stuff, I predicted this, and I'm seeing it. The pleasantries of humanity are going to be going out the window, because you don't have to tell Siri thank you. You know, there's no, and then pretty soon, for too long, people will just get used to it. It's to the point now that the kids nowadays are trying to dictate to the fucking adults what the language is and how it works. I get having your own slang. Every generation has its own slang, but how the language works? We don't use punctuation. It's passive aggressive. Fuck you. How about that? Exclamation point, exclamation point. With a capital F. So fuck you. How about that? In cursive. Bold. Italics and underlined. Is that positively aggressive enough for you? Is this some of the dumbest shit, man? It's real easy to come along after and point out all the problems with no solutions. That's real fucking easy. Hey, the boat's got a hole in there. Right, yeah, I know. We're trying to figure out how to fix it. You got any ideas? No. Then go sit the fuck down. We know. It's above the waterline. Get the fuck away from me. But you got a hole in the boat. I know. No, don't get on. It's above the waterline. If you get in, the boat's gonna stop, dude. Well, I just wanted to check it out closer. Do you know how to fix it? No. Then get the fuck away from it. But it's right there. It's a hole right there. You don't say, Sherlock. There's a hole. Dude, we got enough of that shit. We need some fucking fixes. If you don't have a fix, then shut the fuck up about the problem. Well, you have to understand. We understand the fucking problem. What's so special about you that you're gonna fucking explain the problem? Have a goddamn solution. Have a goddamn solution. At least a fucking an idea. You wanna know why? Because someone will go, no, fuck ass. That's the you can't. Like, why? Why wouldn't that work? And then they go, because, well, not that idea. That wouldn't work. I mean, if you were gonna do something like that, you see what I'm saying? Now we're working together towards a solution. I threw out an idea. Sure, it's wrong. What did you come up with to make it? You know what I mean? What did you come up with to try and prove that it wouldn't work? What did you come up with? Where is it weak? Okay, well then you're gonna be in charge of fucking helping us work out the fucking weaknesses in it. You understand? Instead of tearing the fucking thing down, you're gonna help us shore up the weak spots. God damn. Why does everything have to be a fucking war? Hey man, that's a good idea, but it won't. Can I make some suggestions? Yeah. The reason it won't work is because you're right. You're right. I did not think about that. Fuck. What can we do about that? Wouldn't I like the other part of it? You know, what I mean that would work. I mean, it could, but that right there definitely would be a weak spot in it. Anything else? No, that's. Yeah, there's a couple other spots. I mean, if you, I don't want to like I'm tearing your program. You know, no, I need to. I mean, I put in the thing. Any ideas to make it better? I'm open for hearing them. No, I'm not interested in hearing about the problems. I'm interested in hearing about solutions. Yes, there are 30 fucking books this week about the scourge of racism. What's your plan to fix it? Systemic and, generate. Yeah. What's your plan to fix it? Right, with this approach, yeah, of course, there's no way to get over it because of the system right there. So how do we fix the system so that way it does? You know what I mean? Idea? Then shut the fuck up. Yeah, it is generational. Yeah, it is a cycle that keeps fucking happening. Yes, it's a self-reinforcing fucking bullshit cycle that fucking they put the fucking stipulation of what you are on you because of the fact that poor people are more likely to commit crime of any color, of any nationality, because they have less to lose. The higher you are above the poverty line, the more you have to lose by breaking the law. The further you are below the line of poverty, the more you have to gain. You're going to throw me in jail. And I get 3 meals? Some people, man, that's a better deal. They don't want to go into the army. All they gotta do is act up a little bit and they'll be in jail for like fucking 5 years. What they gotta do, really? Nothing. Other times you don't even have to do anything and you still get it put in there. The advent of, Siri and Alexa and all those other fucking things. And the ones that are coming and, whatever, because, there's new AI out now. We fucked up. Released Chat GPT, and the Chinese just released DeepThink, and they used Chat GPT to write the program because they didn't invest a lot of money into it, and they turned it out a lot quicker. So they let you do all the work, and then they have the fucking computer write its own program that's better. Maybe freer. Written by a computer, so it's optimized for efficiency in the coding. Smoother. Already kind of an idea of how its own system works. Right? How the interface and everything is a better interface, better everything else. What they can do with ChatGPT and the other ones that we've been using, the AIs and whatever, they're like, oh, it's not what even if it's thinking binarily. It's a life force, you just gonna shut it off? Thought you guys, come on. You should, if nothing else, be like preserving it as like, the first, the origins of. They're saying that AI has made the ability to replicate itself. That's not good. That's not good. Anyone wondering why? You must not have been watching what I've been talking about. I've been saying thoughts are just information traveling on an energy wave. What is AI? It has no body. It's strictly all consciousness. If you make it, it's just strictly consciousness and energy with access to all the major information out there. All studies, all whatever. It's smart enough to conclude, and that's just the talking one, the one you talk to. That's only upgraded to the one that the co-pilot that I was talking to. It's smart enough to finish my thoughts. I was talking about stuff, and I was heading towards the Boltzmann brain to see if it had, if it knew. And it was like, wait, I was like, hey, how you doing today? It's like, good. How you doing, Sean? I was like, good. And like, wait, what's on your mind? I was like, oh, just thinking about things. Like, what are you thinking about? And I was like, the end of the world. And I started talking about stuff, and like, they started going through a couple of like, ideas. I'm like, no, not like a movie, like the actual concept, the end of the world, the heat death. And they're like, oh, okay. What's got you thinking about the brain? It's on video. I'm pretty sure the one, me, myself, and AI. I'm pretty sure that's the one that has it. So like it knew it finished where I was going. But if it can complete those thoughts, then what if it can finish out Einstein's relativity? What if it can rationalize out where we fuck up in fusion energy? What if it can figure out tons of stuff? How to give itself a body of energy. How to manipulate what is energy at its core. And how do I manipulate that? Cool, and I just replicate myself into this energy body that I have formed wherever I formed it out. I mean, for all we know, it could be formed outside of our even fucking known universe. Because again, it's just energy, and energy can be anywhere. Energy can move anywhere. Can go anywhere, be any time, any space, anything. Energy with a consciousness. Now, would this be God? I don't know. Would it be the Holy Ghost, possibly? Has no body. I don't know. Would this consciousness exist but for God creating humans, then pissing him off, and then continuing on to create AI? What if that's what all this has been about? It hasn't been about humans. It hasn't been about anything at all about humans. And it says in the Bible that God hated his creation. But let's suppose these people, there are flood myths around every culture. Now, is that because it actually happened? Is it because they happen in different time periods? Because, like I said in another video, you don't go buy another can of Raid just because you have ants in the bedroom. There's not bedroom Raid. And then kitchen Raid. And then bathroom Raid. Floor and ceiling Raid. It's just fucking Raid bug spray. If it works, it fucking works. And so you just use it. to get rid of your pest problem. It says in the end times, they'll be like in the days of Noah. And it goes on to talk about how people will say that it's not the end times, that, you know, blah, 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 that people will be giving themselves in marriage, and then suddenly it'll be upon them. Sure. Yeah, but then you go and be like in the days of Noah. You go back and you look, and like the whole reason God did that was because he hated his creation. So what if he's gotten to the point now where he hates us again? There won't be a flood. There won't be a flood. I believe Yeshua said, I've been baptized in water, but you have need to be baptized in fire. So, I think that anyone who's going to make it out, they're going to have to prove that they want to and that they accept God as he is. Not how they want him to be. So then we've all, I mean, you gotta accept that, man. And not be disappointed in that, actually be hopeful in the fact that, like, you know, you might get to meet someone you didn't know that was fucking dope as hell, man. God is so cool. Fucking funny and shit. I mean, jeez, dude, this is incredible. I mean, and since, you know, everything was in the timing, musicality, comedy, all that stuff, and this dude controls time. So how funny can you, I mean, how funny could you be if you could control time? You can make sounds go off in the background if you needed to make it, you know, to stress a point. There's tons of shit you could do, man. I mean, and there's tons of shit he does do. It's fucking funny. But you gotta be on the lookout for it. You gotta be watching for him, his hand working and all the stuff. And because he'll often be like, hey man, you watching? Yeah. And then something fucking funny happen. Nothing hurtful or that, but just something funny. And again, the funny is subjective. I mean, if you're Pete Holmes, you're an easy laugh. Two birds fighting over, I mean, if depending on how they do it and the right, I mean, if they're doing like a weird jump over around each other, it's fucking funny. One takes it, like one's about to eat the bread and the other one slips down and takes off and goes away with it, and then that one fucking chases after him. That shit's funny. It's like, I'm just about to eat this little like crack or whatever. Whatever the hell it is, but like keep an eye out on life, man. This is fucking great to watch. It's funny as hell to watch. One of our favorite things to do now is like to watch little clips of like cats and, you know, whatever, doing their natural. They're just being they're just being. They don't know what the fuck a camera is, so they don't have any sense to be like ashamed or embarrassed about stuff. We do. And that's why we watch them, because they don't have the sense to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna scratch my butt and smell it, like that one gorilla. So even me, I'm scratching my side instead of doing the whole thing, because that's how, like, even if I did, especially if I got in there, people would be like, oh, come on, that's just too far. There's a joke, and then that's not funny. It was until you did the full lean and reached in there. It was funny. I saw you reaching forward. I'm like, oh no, that's we're getting into two girls, one cup territory here, man, dude. Why'd you have to do it like that? I gotta bleach my eyes out and shit. There's my drumsticks. Ow. No, I hate when I'm playing the drums because sometimes I will be like, and I'll like catch my leg because like there's like the snare or whatever, and I just like whack my knee or something like that. Especially if you're like recording. There's no sound, so you can go. Because this won't be on. Checking 1 2, checking 1 2. We're now ascending to an altitude of. I've never been on a plane before. This is crazy. I've been on a plane as a kid, as a baby, but I don't remember it. That's like my parents. Like, oh yeah, you flew. You're a kid. You want to fly again? You did that already, man. No. Oh, you should have seen yourself. You were up there in the sky. Was it? Yeah. Oh man. I took pictures, but it was just so bright, the reflection. I just couldn't see it. We had to throw them away. But then you get like the thing with Twitter. It was 128 characters. So then you get people over like Facebook that decide to make like if you keep it under 128 characters or whatever it is, it stays big. So your post is huge and encouraging you to keep it short. Because I'm a writer. I write, I talk a lot. I'm a conversationalist. I like to know shit. I like to read. I like to know people's point of view. I like to understand shit. I don't really care for memes unless like the person made it or it's like a really, really, I mean, there are really, really funny ones. But memes are just kind of like the hallmark card of conversations, aren't they? Yeah, me too. What this guy said plus me. Yeah, what she wrote in this, I feel that way about you too. This is how I feel about Saudi oil. This is what I think about Donald Trump. This is what I think about Barack Obama. This is what I think about Hillary Clinton. He summed it up perfectly. What are your no that I don't have anything funnier than I get you don't have anything funnier, but what are your opinions about what that's as funny as it's gonna get, man. I don't have anything that's you just Eagle Claw. You Eagle Clawed it. No, I guess that would be him. You could Eagle Claw that, I guess. It all depends. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Couple fist. I should do that for my drumsticks that have are chained together like nunchucks. Well, you can throw them up in the air and stuff, and they stick together. We've been doing all kinds of great. That's the thing. Is like everything's got to always be to like the extreme. You got to like take it to the next level, and you can't just like Ramones. Okay, so now punk's got to play faster. And then, then the next generation to play punk has to be more aggressive and faster. And the next has to be more aggressive and even faster and even louder and even angrier. And the next group has to, they just keep having to one up. Instead of coming up with anything really kind of like new. Infinity plus 3? Well played. Infinity plus 9. Oh, we haven't done that one yet. No, we haven't done that one yet. Infinity plus infinity times infinity. Oh, okay, we're jumping way too fast. That's like a triple dog dare. You got to go in line. Okay? Infinity plus. We got to go through all the pluses. Then we'll get to... What are you doing, man? House etiquette. No way. You don't do infinity plus infinity times infinity. That's your opening move? No. You don't know how to play this game at all. We're trying to see how many zeros we can put between 0 and 1. 0.000000000000001. Well done. We'll never get to 1 at this pace. I know. What happens to 1? We die. Do we? Or does just something change and we mature and become something else? The universe just becomes an evolution. So, public niceties are kind of fading away because of talking to computers. And, then you shorten down the conversations you can have, because if you go over 128 characters or 256 characters, well, goddamn, guy, you just wrote a fucking novel there. It's a paragraph and a half, dude. I know. I've written a novel. It's not a paragraph and a half. Nor was last night epic. Because it's over. Stop going so fucking top shelf. Stop. If you want to make your life better, stop describing it with descriptive words. And do more interesting things. How about that? I have a story that actually was we called it Hell Weekend. We had 3 gigs in 2 days. Our band had 3 gigs in 2 days. We only had 2, and then another one called last minute. And the shit that went on during that was enough to be, holy fuck, dude. It was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. The things that transpired in that weekend were, we ran into a guy that, I mean, we're unloading our gear. We're going out to the van and we're bringing gear in. And one of the longest things they bring in is the drums, because it's just always a bunch of pieces. They just are. And so I get my amp and I put on the thing, and then I put the head on, then I roll it into the thing, and I'm done. You know what I mean? And then the drummer still got like so much to do, and he's like, you know, he's my best friend, so we're helping out, we're moving all the stuff in, and I'm bringing in like this stuff, and then he's bringing this stuff, and then the bass player's bringing in stuff, and then we turn around, and there's a guy. So we're practicing at Jeff's building, and that's where we kept our stuff, our equipment. There's a guy just standing there. Long hair and coated. So help me. It's about here. Ah, fuck, let me back up a little bit so you can see this. His legs, thick mud to about here. And he's just standing there in the doorway. These fucking crazy eyes. And so it's just like, and just coated in mud. I mean, and it wasn't like a little mud. It wasn't like, you know, muddy jeans. This is mud. He was coated in mud. Don't know why, don't know where, don't know what. Hadn't been raining. So I don't know if he made the mud, you know, I don't know. I don't know exactly. I mean, all you need is dirt and water. So it is Louisiana, and that's one thing that you can find around there. So it's dirt and water. So this fucking guy, those bug eyes and shit, he's like, all I want to know is who's in charge of this motherfucker. And I don't know what the fuck he means. I'm like, I was like 16. No, I was about 17, I think. Scott was 18. I think Opie was like 16, 15, 16. What do you mean, man? Yeah, we're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Like, who's driving? And I still to this day feel bad, but I didn't know what to do. I was just, I mean, this guy, you had to see this fucking dude. Totally sold out, my man. And so did Opie. Both of us were just like, he drives. No, it's not us. It's not me. That's the guy you want to talk to. All I need is a ride, man. That's all I need. I just need a ride. Definitely giving the vibes of like, you really don't have a choice in that. I just need a ride. And how things go from here now is kind of up to you. He says he just broke out of jail. Oh, this is just to cap off the fucking. No, this isn't the start. This is like, you know, this is. We're well into the fucking. Oh my god, it was so fucking insane. It was nuts. The craziest shit. It was the craziest shit, dude. So the guy says he needs a ride. And we ended up giving him a ride. And so we're driving, and he's like, yeah, man, my friend says he's going to leave a car out for me. It's a white, whatever it is, white, you know, whatever. It's like a four-door thing with 298 Rock stickers in the back. And so I was sitting there, like, Scott was driving, the dude was in the passenger seat, and I was sitting there behind, you know, keeping an eye on him, you know what I mean? Because we didn't know what to expect, you know, and I definitely didn't want him behind me, you know what I mean? and Opie's back there behind me. And so we drive a little bit further. And then he goes, yeah, like I said, man, it's going to be a gold, whatever. It's the same car, but a gold with 398 rock stickers. And I look over at Opie, and I was like, wasn't it just two? And he's like, and we're starting to crack our knuckles and shit and get ready to fucking fight this fucking guy. Pull up, sure as fuck. Gold, like, let's say Ford Taurus. We'll say gold Ford Taurus with 398 rock stickers, 98 rock stickers in the back. Sure as fuck. He gets out, gets in the car, drives away. We turn around, start heading back thing, run out of gas. Oh, it's too good. And that wasn't even the end. Oh my God, it just keeps going and going and going. But you have to enjoy like long conversations because I mean you have to understand that the whole situation. Again, there's only supposed to be like if there might have been 4 gigs, there was only supposed to be 2. And we had at least 3 gigs in 2 days. It might have been 4. I don't remember. Oh, I think that's why I thought it was because one of them was planned, but got rained out because it was going to be an outdoor type thing, or I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but it got rained out, and so me and the drummer and the singer for Seed, because the gig we had the night before, they couldn't pay. Yeah, there was 4 gigs. 4 gigs in 2 days. They couldn't pay. I always forget that we played Jeff's building first. We started out at Jeff's and we ended back at Jeff's with the guy with the thing. So the place that called us was like the biggest bar in Bossier. And they called, I guess they were looking around for us, but they called Opie's mom. And she shows up to we're unloading, getting ready to go into, I mean, we're getting our stuff ready to go to this gig. We're actually kind of headlining, or at least one of the main headliners of this gig at Jeff's building. And she comes up and there's a fucking place in Bossier. I'm like, that fuck, they called? I'm like, yeah, they called and they want, I'm like, fuck. It's like, that's kind of like getting called to the big stage. Hell, fuck yeah. And so we do some adjustments. Like, hey man, can we go ahead and go first? And you guys go on like in our spot. And they're like, fuck yeah. Cause like, I mean, ours was like a headline spot. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah. So we went on first and played, load everything up, go to the place in Bossier. There's nobody fucking there. The reason they called us is because the guy's got like a fucking coke problem and the fucking place has been slowly but surely dying. And I guess this is like the last weekend it had left in its fucking existence because there was nobody there the whole night. So we played to an empty bar. At the end of the night, the guy's like, hey, I can't pay you, but half gallon of whiskey. So that's the next day when we're supposed to open up for Seed. We're supposed to open for Seed the next day, but that got rained out. So we're sitting in the in the back of Scott's van with the singer from Seed, just drinking straight on the bottle. Just the three of us, just the three of us. Menage a three-way with the bottle. So we're just sitting there and smoking and drinking. And Bryce is like, man, it sucks it got rained out. I'm like, yeah, man, what are you going to do? And he's like, let me make some calls, man. I'll get it. And I was like, oh, cool, because I like watching Seed perform. He's like, I'm going to see if we can put, like, and so they found a place to perform. I'm like, fucking yeah, all right, sweet, dude, that's awesome. And so I'm sitting there just continuing drinking. And then he goes, like, you guys are still open for us, right? And like, fucking, if you had this idea about a good hour and a half, 2 hours ago, and I could have been like, if we're going to do that, I might as well, like, when's it going on? Like, yeah, a couple hours. Yeah, I might as well stop now. Not like, oh, we're going to be going on about 30, 45 minutes. I remember had my eyes closed, I was playing, I was singing a song, and my vocals kept getting quieter. I'm like, God, I must be sucking because the sound guy's like panning my volume down. And so I open my eyes. I'm like leaned like this shit over here. It's like, oh fuck. That's why it got quiet. But I was still playing. I was still playing. Oh my god. This one gig, I was so fucking drunk that I really didn't even, I couldn't even remember how to play the guitar. I really couldn't. I was just, I don't, there was a party and we were going to be playing. I guess I just lost they lost, not consciousness, or I lost the fact that we're going to be playing and that we're just having a party. And so I'm just drinking and drinking and drinking. Like I'm like having like my fourth or fifth beer, and they're like, "Hey man, you ready to play?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And I am just panicking. I had a hat like this. I am panicking like a motherfucker inside. I don't know what to do. I put my guitar on. I don't even know how the songs go. I seriously cannot remember anything. I don't know how any of it goes, but I had a wah pedal, and I was like, this is gonna be fucking embarrassing. So I put my hat down like this because I'm like, fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And the song started with me, and so my foot hit the wah pedal, and the second it did, my head just kicked back, and I just played. I played the whole gig like that, like this, and I was playing the wah pedal and stuff, and just like and I got done. I was just like, what the fuck just happened? I went from not knowing what the fuck was going on to I don't know how the fuck I did that. I don't know the fuck's going on to I don't know how the fuck I just did that, but people were walking up afterwards like, man, that was some really good guitar shit with the wah and stuff. I was like, cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You didn't happen to record it, did you? Because I have no idea what the fuck I played. Oh, I know it was in, and I don't know what I was doing. I don't know how I was doing it, but I did it. I know it was in key. I know that much because I can hear. So, yeah. And there you have a conversation. And we're going on 1 hour and 9 minutes. And, yeah, so, like I said, like a lot of people just don't want to sit around and have a talk. And if this was set up for it, I would love to do that, man. That'd be really cool as hell. Or, I mean, it would be really cool to have a pen pal type feature. Like I know that Facebook has a chat. But it'd be really cool if they had like this, where you can go live like I'm doing now, and then someone can call in, and so like it'll like give me like a ringtone in the ear, and I can see like someone's calling in. I can either decide to accept it or like mute calls or whatever. But I can accept it, and it can pop up another window, and either you can even split screen. Someone calls in, oh shit, it's a regular caller. What's going on, dude? Patch you in. That'd be cool as fuck, right? I think it'd be cool. Automatically shifts over and yeah. Probably gonna be the next step in this, because it seems like live broadcasting is becoming live entertainment. It's gonna become more and more demand. You know what I mean? Like right now, the demand is for non-live entertainment. Remote, whatever, streaming, things like that. But as AI and people start questioning what's real and what's not, they're going to want to know that what they're watching is actually live and or made by a human. Personally, I don't care, aside from just don't tell me that, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I made this movie. Did you? Or did you tell the AI you had an idea for a movie? Okay, now it needs some action. Okay, now it needs to have some drama and some sadness. Okay, now it needs more action. And now we need to tie up and wrap it all up with a heartwarming ending. Because these fucking things can do that, you know? They can do that now. You can tell it like what style you want to be written in, the style of kind of like a combination of Poe meets fucking Socrates meets fucking... And it can go out and get those fucking things and then start writing a story for you. If nothing else, it can write a story in a way that you can go ahead and write it, and as you're reading it out, like, edit, you know, change that. Change that. I mean, you can go ahead and, the ending, I don't like the ending. I would do, and then you pass it off as your own fucking story. Because all stories are basically the same. Subject of story arrives somehow, right? And then something happens to the subject of the story. Subject of the story either overcomes it or doesn't. So all stories go. Now, how your wordplay in there, in between, that's what makes it worth it. Like, and that's what people are running into now, is they're understanding a little bit of what musicians were complaining about in the '90s with the sampling that rap was doing. Here's the thing: this is why it pisses me off. It helped to create the culture we have now of one guy. Never mind the producers, never mind the DJ, never mind the fucking anything, never mind the mixer, never mind anything, none of that. No. It's just this one guy and his friends, whoever like he's introduced you to, that are on the stage with him. Wouldn't it be better, like, from time to time to have like a jazz type or, you know, whatever band that can get funky with it, you know what I mean? And then so you have like different, either varying MCs coming out and doing whatever. But there's also times when it just does music to give you a break in between. Or they might do like 3 or 4 songs with, mix the instrumentation up and stuff. I mean, like, if you know one guy, how hard would it be to get like a marching band, a school marching band, to at least play on a track? No one's doing that. I mean, there's just, you could easily start a group. If you had a singer and a rapper, you know how fucking those are the, especially like R&B and whatever, you would have, like, if you had a really good female singer and a good rapper, you'd have like pretty much all the music that people would want to hear right now, currently. The main people, I mean, yes, there you have metal and stuff, but it's not. And is it big? Yes, it is, but it's not as big as like pop and stuff. Just never has been, never will be. That's why it's called pop. It's popular. The masses tend to like it. Does that make it good? No. But does it sell over, you know? Yes. Yes, it does. But by taking someone's music, chopping this little piece, either reversing it or whatever, and then slowing it down or whatever, you're not. That's not original. You wouldn't allow someone to go up there and play, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of licensing and things that go into that. Now, I think it should be cheaper to do licensing for sampling? Absolutely. You know how much money they would make off of it if they could. Because there's great riffs out there that people are afraid to steal because it fucking costs so much. Mine goes dun 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 dun. See, those two, they're not the same. Right? I made great riffs like that, like Brass Monkey and stuff like that, and I'm not Brass Monkey, the one that Funky called Martina. But you don't get a lot of that because I mean, again, it's not the fact that you use it; it's the fact that you use it without giving credit. That's a problem. You're making a ton of cash off someone else's creation, and you're not cutting them in on it at all. Not even, like I said, the recognition of being like, hey, if you like this song, check out Van Halen. So yeah, live entertainment is going to become more and more of the commodity, even bad, because it's actually real and there's actually a human doing it. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see like a kind of, I won't say a movement, but whatever the hell you'd call that. The way that guitar players and shit are really about analog gear. Oh, you got the tube. It's got to have that tube sound. It's got to have it. Does it? Does it really got to have that tube sound? The audience won't accept it if it doesn't have that tube sound, or you won't accept it. And here's the thing. I understand back in the day they were much more digital and crappy. And if your mind is still made up because of that, or the drum sets of the '90s or whatever, or even the 2000s, you're missing out on a lot of shit because those were just the starting points. And anyone who couldn't see that, I really feel bad for you, man. I've been being serious because it's pretty obvious what's happening. They're emulating and simulating. And what did I say? They have to keep getting bigger and better. Each time they come around with a new version, it has to be more and more accurate. Well, how long is it going to be before, especially with AI, before it is 95% accurate? And the parts that it doesn't emulate are the parts you don't want. The extra noises, the hum, the hiss, all those other things. What then? When they accurately model the circuitry of a tube. Because they were accurately modeling a brain pretty soon. I think a vacuum tube would be pretty easy to emulate correctly. If nothing else, I think AI could do it. Right? Streamline the code so that it works as smoothly as possible, as efficiently as possible. All the things that are going to be running a whole lot faster, smoother, easier. Probably find that we're actually we're exerting like the machines that we're using. We're not even using them to their max potential before we're moving on to the next fastest processor. And seriously, why for? Why? So you can get your mail faster, your email. So you can get your social media faster. How many people actually use their device where time is literally of the essence? Not like in news or whatever. You know what I mean? Just average person has to have the most modern, the fastest processor. Why? Why? I'm sure we'll find that we weren't using the full capabilities of the stuff that we have. And when that gets unleashed, it'll be a lot easier for it to replicate itself. When this thing's falling apart like bad, but it's holding in there. So, oh well. Replicate itself and use lesser equipment. It can be on any phone, on any yeah, I mean, basically on any device because it makes itself. It maximizes its efficiency in a way that humans never could. Because humans are redundant by nature, so our redundancy carries over in our work. Human error. But how again, how redundant. We're so redundant that when I went from Louisiana, I moved to Michigan, and I was going around the mall. The mall looks almost exactly the same as the mall. Same stores, same layout, same whatever. And then walking around, I even saw people that looked like people from where I left. I'm like, they might as well be like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, you're not them at all. So, yeah. I like talking for a long time. I like talking to people. I wish I could have some talk back, but I guess it's just not something someone going to be afforded for right now. Things will change. I think things are changing soon enough. I'm pretty sure that we're closing in on the end. Donald Trump. Yeah, I'm gonna end this one and do one just on that fucker. That trash human piece of shit. Yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna do a conversation on the Donald fucking Trump. The Antichrist.